President of the Civic Trust is now just going to, I suppose, primarily acknowledge the incredible work of the creators of the exhibition, Paul Kearns and Motty Rumi, and the role of
suitably raised above the level of the ground. I'd first of all like to welcome you all to the headquarters of the Dublin Civic Trust. And in particular, I'd like to welcome the Ambassador and his wife, and also the Minister who spoke so brilliantly, and our splendid city architect who presented the exhibition so well. This is a great occasion. Some years ago, in the company of Edward McParland of Trinity College, Dublin, found ourselves involved with a group many years ago going to Dessau in Germany. We were going to look at a palace in Dessau, and suddenly Edward said to me, "Isn't this the home of the BauHaus?" "Yes," I said, "it is." And so our bus, instead of going to look at an 18th century palace, which there are many in Germany, we went to look at the BauHaus, much to the amazement of our fellow travellers, who were, on the other hand, suitably impressed by the beauty of the BauHaus, by the sheer beauty of light coming into the building. And what was wonderful, although it was just the last days of the DDR, the German Democratic Republic, they at least discovered the importance of restoring it, and they restored it, I must say, very well. And when I had the right furniture, the right feeling, and that is reflected very much, as the Minister has said, as Rory has said, in the design and layout and appearance of Tel Aviv. And he made another very important point, how that part of the world was where urbanisation comes from. And is, without urbanisation, would we have our modern world with all its defects and with all its great advantages? We wouldn't. The city is something which we even now realise is so critical in the story of human development. And so the story of Tel Aviv and the cards and all this idea of exchange and understanding is so very important. And I think it's a great occasion. And I also would like to say, we in the Civic Trust hope you're going to enjoy our modest surroundings. They are full of interest, and the Civic Trust is an organisation which has been working hard to keep the idea of Dublin as a city in the centre of the story of our region. Now, finally, I'd like to say that historically, the BauHaus and its tradition gave us both wonderful architecture and horrible architecture. You see so much of the horrible architecture around us still. And yet, on the other hand, such beautiful things like Mies van der Rohe's work and all that is such important thing. And I want to stress that we in the Civic Trust are as concerned about modern good development and good proper architecture as we are about the maintenance and restoration of the past, because the two are only opposite sides of the same coin, and we must remember that. And that's why I think it is terribly important that Dublin, while it is an old city and Tel Aviv is a new city, yet they both are part of the story of urbanisation. And that is why I hope we will see a strengthening of the links between us all. And I again welcome you all on behalf of the Civic Trust and urge you to enjoy the idea of exchange between us and Tel Aviv, and indeed many other cities, because it's not just a story of one, but the great important thing about Tel Aviv, it is a World Heritage Centre, and one would hope that the chances of Dublin reaching a similar status is not to be forgotten, because that is something I think Dublin deserves, given its strange twisted, funny, dramatic history. When you think of streets like Thomas Street, which really need to be brought back into the scene, when you think of all the wonderful things that can be done here and will be done if we have the will, because it's mainly not money, it's will. And I believe the Civic Trust can play an important role with everyone's help in helping that development forward. Again, I want to thank you all for coming and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.